Hello and welcome. I'm your host Olivia DeVoe. Today we'll be taking a journey to the mystical realm of ancient Greece and Rome, and then on to the classical period of French and English Impressionism. Here we are outside the Gods and Heroes exhibit at the Getty Museum.
Our first painting is Cupid, Overpowering Pan by Agostino Caracci. Agostino Caracci came from a very artistic family and always painted with his brother Annibale and his cousin Lodovico. They would always make fun of people in the street and of each other. That is how caricature developed. In 1582, they founded the Academy of the Progressives, which started as a formal place for artists to meet, but by 1585 became the most popular teaching academy in Bologna. Agostino was a gifted engraver and teacher, and he did a lot of studies of the human body. Agostino and his cousin and his brother were commissioned to decorate the Palazzo Magnani, and Agostino decided to do this painting for above the mantelpiece. This particular painting symbolizes the triumph of love over lust. Pan is an ancient Greek god and is commonly portrayed as a faun or satyr. He is the god of shepherds and flocks and is commonly associated with the more wild and animalistic side of humans, which is why he is usually connected with the human emotion of lust. However, Cupid is the son of Venus, goddess of love, and he represents love and its pureness. As we see in the painting, Cupid is gently pushing Pan to the ground, symbolizing that although love will always triumph, it does so gently. Although this was just a rough draft, you can still see the clearly defined muscle and skin definition of both subjects, which can be attributed to Caracci's fascination with the human body. We also see that the subjects are given human and godlike qualities through the use of wings on Cupid and Pan's satyr hooves. Neither subject has a clearly defined face. They are both in shadow. In this way, the idea that love always triumphs over lust, regardless of the person, is proven and brought home. Although Cupid is smaller and probably weaker than Pan, we know his pure and innocent love will prevail against Pan's lechery. This next painting is The Return from the Race by Carle Vernet. Carle Vernet was a French painter and lithographer of the neoclassical style, which emphasizes classical antiquity and a return to the myths of old as artistic subjects. Vernet had always been an avid equestrian, and when the French ruler Napoleon commissioned Vernet to paint his battles, it seemed that Vernet gave extra attention to the horses. When the monarchy was restored, Vernet became the official court painter of Louis XVIII and continued with his fondness of horses. In this painting, the two main subjects are a man and a woman, most likely a couple of ancient Rome. They are returning from a chariot race in which they were heroically triumphant. This is exhibited through the laurel wreath tucked in the man's belt and the laurel wreath drawn on the chariot, which symbolizes a winning chariot. We are also led to believe that the man is teaching the woman how to drive the chariot through his protective stance, her focused gaze, and the way he is pointing towards the horses, as if guiding them and her. It is also significant that although the young people at first seem to be the main subject of the piece, we soon realize that the main stars are the horses, which we know Vernet loved. We see this through the great detail in their structure, right down to the bulging veins in their necks. The horses look extremely majestic with their billowing manes and powerful hooves kicking up the dust, and we are reminded just how much Vernet admired these creatures. The animals' expressions seem to be even more triumphant than their drivers, and we are reminded of the fact that although the man was rewarded for his win, it is these majestic beasts who are truly responsible for this triumph. Background, a city can be seen, although it is very faintly contrasted against the darkness of the horses' manes and the overall sharpness of the foreground. This may allude to the fact that this win is as much for the man and woman as it is for their town, which will have glory brought to it through their conquering the race, and as we know, honor was a very important virtue to ancient Romans. This painting is a magnificent example of the neoclassical style. Although movement can be seen in the picture, the billowing cape, the horses' manes and tails, the turning wheels, and the blowing dust, the main subjects appear to be standing still, like grand statues. The statuesque element of this style emphasized its portrayal of ancient heroes and their deeds. It is interesting that Vernet exhibited this masterpiece at a salon in 1880, where it was greatly admired for its dramatically heroic theme, and is still admired today for the same reason.